Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we are unpacking a seriously fascinating professional journey that basically smashes two completely different worlds together. On one hand, you have the highly structured, predictable realm of agile software delivery, and on the other, the absolute high-stakes chaos of the financial markets. We're going to explore how the very same principles used to build top-tier technology products can completely rewire how we approach data-driven execution in trading. Okay, let's dive into this. Because on the surface, managing a software product and executing trades in the financial markets might seem like oil and water. One is all about managing developer workflows and shipping features, right? While the other is about navigating global capital flows and wild price action. But what actually happens when you apply the rigid, structured methodology of agile delivery to the extreme volatility of financial markets? Well, the result is this highly structured, fintech-oriented practice that completely rewires how decisions are made under uncertainty. Section 1. The Agile Trading Identity. Let's look at this hybrid professional. So to really understand this, we need to trace the evolution from 2011 all the way to today. Back in 2011, this journey started as hands-on reactive trading. Think of your classic caffeine-fueled day trader making those stressed-out, split-second intuitive leaps. We've all seen that movie. But over the years, a distinct analytical framework began to emerge. The focus naturally shifted toward deep microstructure analysis. Then, right between 2020 and 2025, a massive transformation happened, the formalization of rule-based models. And today, the identity has completely shifted from a traditional trader to a calm, calculating system owner. It's this unique hybrid professional identity, someone who operates with the mindset of an agile practitioner, but executes with the rigor of a data-led market operator. Empiricism, continuous improvement, and disciplined execution. Now, if you work in tech or product environments, you know these principles inside and out. They're literally the heartbeat of Agile. But applying them to financial markets means you stop guessing entirely. You start relying strictly on validated experience. That's empiricism. You constantly refine your strategy after every single market session. That's continuous improvement. And you never, ever deviate from the plan. That is disciplined execution. These foundational tech world pillars became the absolute bedrock for a completely new, almost robotic financial methodology that actively prevents catastrophic emotional errors. Section 2, prioritizing the analytical backlog. Let's talk about data-driven execution. In Agile, a product backlog is basically your prioritized list of tasks that need to get done, right? Well, in this hybrid trading discipline, market data points act exactly like that backlog. We are talking about a massive alphabet soup of technical indicators. EMA structures, RSI momentum, VWAP alignment, trend lines, Bollinger Band volatility, stochastic oscillators. It's a lot. But you don't need a Wall Street background to grasp this. Just think of these indicators as a giant vital signs monitor for the market. It's not about staring at a chaotic chart. It's about evaluating which of these specific vital signs holds the highest priority right now and executing only based on that structured data across both intraday and positional timeframes. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what separates amateur execution from professional execution. On one side, amateurs rely on isolated signals. They make intuitive leaps and risk real capital just because a single indicator flashed green. No way. On the other side, you have a confluence-based system, functioning exactly like an agile backlog. These indicators are never treated as standalone triggers. Instead, they're fully integrated. Decisions are driven entirely by validated data rather than a gut feeling. This approach grounds the whole discipline in repeatability, transparency, and measurable outcomes. You aren't guessing, you're validating hypotheses with pure data confluence. Section 3, decoding market microstructure. Let's look into flow analytics. As this practice really matured, it expanded into the hidden physics of the market, derivatives and microstructure. We're talking about incorporating complex elements like gamma exposure and theta decay patterns. But perhaps the absolutely most vital component here is FII and DII flow analytics. Simply put, this is tracking the massive institutional buy and sell data. Interpreting this flow means you're looking at price movement within the context of capital rotation, rather than just staring at isolated price action. Basically, it tells you where the heavy institutional money is actually moving. This ensures you aren't just reacting to flickering numbers, but truly understanding the underlying mechanics of global capital shifts. Now, this multi-layered framework of microstructure analysis directly mirrors agile operating models. I mean, how do you manage the massive uncertainty of institutional capital rotation? Well, you use short feedback loops, you engage in rapid hypothesis testing, and you perform continuous calibration based on real-time data. Just like a software team sprints, tests, and calibrates based on user feedback, this trading methodology tests the market, gathers that vital institutional flow data, and rapidly recalibrates. It is essentially a masterclass in taming financial uncertainty through structured iteration.
Section 4. Rule-based execution models. This is all about execution discipline.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how directly agile rituals translate into hardcore trading discipline. Between 2020 and 2025, this whole methodology was formalized into rule-based execution models for index options and high-liquidity equities. Think of it in 4 distinct steps. Step 1, fixed time-boxed execution windows. That's literally an agile sprint. Step 2, predefined risk thresholds, so catastrophic drawdowns are structurally prevented. Step 3, post-trade retrospectives, analyzing exactly what worked and what failed immediately after the action. And Step 4, behavioral checkpoints to ensure strict emotional discipline. These aren't just arbitrary trading rules. They are pure agile principles embedded directly into the DNA of financial execution. Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 5, owning the decision system. So the crucial point is this stark, measurable shift in professional identity. Over here on one side, you have reactive trading. It's intuitive, it focuses on individual trades, and frankly, it's an absolute emotional roller coaster that usually leads to burnout. But on the other side, system ownership. This is where consistency, drawdown control, and strict process adherence become your core performance metrics. The focus completely shifts away from, hey, did this single trade make money? The focus is now entirely on, did the system perform exactly as designed? It is a massive, game-changing evolutionary leap. Today, this professional identity isn't defined by making individual trades at all. It's defined by designing decision systems built to operate safely under immense uncertainty. By combining those agile practices with fintech-style analytics, this framework reflects real international standards of execution, governance, data integrity, and continuous improvement. It completely proves that agile leadership and data-driven thinking can be successfully translated into high-stakes, volatile environments. It forms an incredibly robust foundation for disciplined execution in the broader global fintech ecosystem. Which brings us to our final big thought for the day. In a world of financial uncertainty, or honestly any kind of uncertainty, are you just making trades or are you building a decision system? Whether you're in software development, finance, or really any complex field, the challenge is exactly the same. Relying on your gut intuition will only get you so far, and eventually it's going to fail you. But building a validated, agile-driven system, that is how you truly master uncertainty. So take this concept of system ownership and think about how you can apply it to your own challenges. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it sparks some continuous improvement in your own workflows. Catch you next time.